Good morning, everybody. Daybreak show here on iFiber One News Radio. I'm Jeff Slakey, and happy to have in studio from the Mason County EDC Executive Director Jennifer Baria, as well as Karin Leaf is here as we wrap up and talk about last week's EDC annual luncheon. A fascinating conversation about Cross Laminated Timber at the Little Creek Casino Resort. Jennifer, I thought it was a great conversation, great topic.
I really did too. I liked it a lot. It's interesting when you see an industry that there's a lot of conversation about it being dead.
Sure.
And it really isn't. They are constantly innovating. They are changing just like every other industry is, and they are not dead. They are automating, they're getting faster, they're being able to produce more than what they have been before, and then you see it even transition further. What can we do instead of just studs that can move the building industry along further? What can we do to really innovate continually so that it is an industry that doesn't go away?
It was a fascinating conversation as well, hearing from Patty Case from Green Diamond and the history of that and some of the stories she told about meeting and talking with people about this in its very, very infancy stages. Like back in the 70s, people were starting to think about this a little bit, and now where we are in 2019 and the buildings that have already come up, the time-lapse photo from the gentleman from Forterra talking about the schoolroom that came up in 2 days, cutting down the construction cost, the construction time, the noise that is associated with all those things. A very fascinating conversation. Karin, these annual luncheons are put on, and you got great sponsors.
We have amazing sponsors. Taylor Shellfish, Little Creek Casino, our community credit union, and the Port of Shelton are really strong partners. We appreciate them.
Is it hard to get people to come and talk about, Green Diamond, of course, has been in the community for a century or better, and now with Sierra Pacific on the water, producing in the world's most technologically advanced stud mill, like in the whole country or the whole planet or whatever. When you bring up those types of topics, and I know you and Jennifer worked hard on curating a nice program for everybody, when you say, here's what we're talking about, we saw a lot of folks there at the luncheon.
We did. I mean, this is an exciting topic. It's something that people want to learn about. They want to know, how can this benefit Mason County? Our local businesses, Sierra Pacific, our workforce, the resources that we have here, sourcing from Green Diamond. We have an amazing county, amazing community. It was fun.
It was great.
Very easy.
It is fun when you hit on a topic and you can just see everybody kind of move forward.
Yeah.
When we're brainstorming, what we might find interesting is not necessarily what everybody else does, but you've hit on it when Derek Kilmer, who's a great supporter of our community, full stop. I mean, he rearranges his schedule so that he can come and make it to a topic that he is very involved in, he is very supportive of, and wants to come and cheerlead for Mason County. We would be a great place to site one of those facilities. So now the hard work comes behind it.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What are the next steps that you guys take as an EDC when you work with the different organizations and the governmental agencies in the county? Where do we go moving forward, and hopefully to continue this momentum?
Well, it's a little bit like the chicken and egg conversation that you have. So Washington passed its building code amendment to allow CLT up to 18 stories. That goes into effect in July, and Matt Ojala, who was our presenter from Forterra, said that that's going to put us about 3 or 4 years ahead of every other state in the nation. So that gives us a really good kind of push forward. There are already 2 CLT manufacturers that are getting up and running, but they're all on the eastern side of the state. I want to say Spokane, and I don't remember where the other one, but it's just north of it.
Near the border.
Right. So, perfect opportunity for the western side of the state to get a facility ready to move it. But you're seeing the start of the change of those building codes. Now it's about the market. Do you put together the plant before the market is completely there? or do you wait for the market to really kind of embrace these changes that we've made? We do already have CLT buildings around the state. Oregon is a great one. We've got them north of us in BC as well. So people are starting to understand that it's actually a viable option, but those are, a building here, a building there. It really needs to become kind of a marketplace standard. So the start of it really is working with companies that have noticed that we're moving forward, really talking with them about what their site needs are and making sure that our sites are ready. The Stillwater Industrial Park that Green Diamond took over or has rebranded Mill 5 out at close to Matlock is an excellent facility. Flat land, already zoned properly, building permit, and you can start moving forward. But there are other areas as well. What do we need within those businesses that we need to prep to make sure the site's ready? What's the water load? What's the what's the sewer load? What is it that they need? So it's a conversation now that starts with the companies.
What are some other things happening, Karin, with the EDC over the next couple of weeks? What are you guys moving your attention to now?
Oh, gosh.
Karin's going to Baltimore.
Yeah, I'll be out of the office for a week, business retention expansion training. I'm excited about that. Then I'll come back and hopefully step up our business visits that we've been doing. And then Jennifer will be heading out to Washington, D.C. with Pack Mountain. So
for workforce development training. It's a big push for some education right now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
The other thing you guys talked about at your luncheon, the retention, the saving, or the bringing in of 60 jobs here, 300
right.
jobs here,
Over the last year, we kind of did a quick update on what the EDC's been up to, and with the help of our partners, which aren't limited just to our luncheon sponsors, but the local partners, our regional partners, other EDCs at a state level, we've been able to work with 60 companies, retain close to 300 jobs.
That's great.
We are working currently with 3 businesses that are looking at expanding in 2019, which should add an additional 60 jobs to our economy. And we are pushing for, I think it was 3 companies that we finished the relocation in 2018, and we're constantly feeding that pipeline. So we're at 15 proposals for businesses here in the area, and a big push for a hotel. The work for that's really kind of snowballing forward. We completed a study, and it's shocking, guys. We need a hotel here.
We sure do.
So
we sure do.
So
Yes, we
now the work happens. We got an excellent consultant who has a lot of contacts in that industry. So the conversations now are starting with the different franchises, different developers who see our area and trust the opinion of the consultant that we picked to say, yes, we need it. Yes, we can support it. Let's move forward. So
Nice.
you'll start to hear kind of outcomes of what that's like.
You can always find out more on the EDC's website, choosemason.com, and appreciate the visits in to find out what else is going on around here for the economic development of Mason County. Jennifer Baria and Karin Leaf in this morning. Good to talk with y'all.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very
Good
much.
to see you.
And we made it in after the snow.
Made
yes,
it in.
we didn't make it in last time.
That's right. It's good to have that. Good to have you in studio here. Thank you so much for coming in.